Hello everybody, hope you're having a good day, and today, finally, the kits for the new Galactic Legends have been announced. I literally just stepped out of the shower, got blessed with these news, and so I decided, alright, let's just make the video right now, as I'm gonna try to upload my reaction to the kits as soon as possible, because I'm really excited to see what these look like, as they really affect the meta, and they can really choose what new players can go for and whatnot, and see what the value out of the Sith Eternal Emperor and Jedi Master Luke Skywalker are going to be, as in their tags and whatnot. So let's head right into it. And the first one we're gonna look at, Sith Eternal Emperor. This first part is the developers inside. We can read that afterwards. What I'm really curious about is, of course, their kit reveals. First thing I can see, tag Sith Eternal Emperor. Checks out. Let me just look at Luke real quick. Jedi. He's a tank. And Palpatine is an attacker. They're not both support GLs, as it might have been mentioned. Cunning Emperor of the Sith that eliminates his enemies with the overwhelming power of the dark side. Basic. Zeta. Deception. Deals special damage to target enemy. If that enemy wasn't deceived, they become deceived for 2 turns. So you can call him to assist. And he will put the deceit. Increased to 3 turns if there are Jedi. So this is interesting because we're gonna have Sith versus Jedi as in the new metagame, I'd assume. Deceived can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. Sith Eternal Emperor gains speed up for 2 turns. This ability can't be countered. So they're gonna have a ton of speed from their kits, right? And they're adding to the speed that they have, like 600-ish speed, is even gonna gain speed up on top of it. Deceived can't target Sith Eternal Emperor during their turn if another Sith enemy is active. When an ability is used, Sith Eternal Emperor gains 2% ultimate charge. Any ability? So does that include enemy team? Or I'd say it include every team. So we're gonna see what the ultimate looks like in a bit. But the fact that Deceived means you can't target him means that if he's really fast from the gate, and if he can apply like Deceive over to the whole team or something like that, it means that you can't fracture him with Thrawn, which is one of the most useful things that usually happens in a new meta. Just fracture the dude, he can't take turns, he's fine, he's under control. This might not happen because you can't target him, and the fact that he's really fast. However, you might, he's a Galactic Legend, he's probably gonna have that unique, means he can't be stunned by Supreme Leader Kylo Ren either. Curious. Alright. First special, cooldown of 3. Final text, deals special damage to target enemy and call all other dark side allies to assist, dealing 10% more damage for each deceived enemy, so can bump up to a maximum of maybe 60% if you include like a GBA or GBA's Brute or Arc Trooper's Turret. Dark side allies recover 50% protection. Jedi enemies defeated this turn can't be revived. So if you're calling in a mass assist, you're gonna kill in someone, and they can't be revived. Interesting point is revive, right? So this is either against Jolie or the revive that we might see in Luke. Okay. Cooldown of 6. That's a huge ass special. Alright. Final text. Darkside allies gain Retribution for 3 turns, and Darkside tanks allies gain Taunt for 2 turns. Removed linked from all enemies, then target enemy becomes linked until linked enemy is defeated until the end of the encounter. Sith Eternal Emperor grants the... Okay, that's a lot of stuff that's going on. Sith Eternal Emperor gains the granted ability Entwined Fate, and takes a bonus turn. During this bonus turn, Sith Eternal Emperor may only use Entwined Fate, can't be ability block, ignore stun effects, may not target a linked character. So linked. This character is linked. Entwined Fate, target enemy becomes linked. This ability is removed and can't be used again until Unravel Destiny is used. I'm assuming the Unravel Destiny is the ultimate. I am all the Sith. It is not. But I'm assuming it has to do with the ultimate. They also show gifts of it. Yikes. Okay, so let's try to break this down. Retribution is good defensively, although the other ability gave them protection. This one gives Retribution, which if they do AoEs, this is bad. Tanks taunting, that's always good. And then imagine that this is not the first. I'm kind of curious on seeing how the link happens. I think this is an ability that we understand once we see leadership and uniques, just so we understand what the link and what the entwined thing does, entwined fate does. Leadership, Sith Eternal. Dark Side allies gain mastery, potency, speed, plus 20, doubled. Doubled for Sith allies, so plus 40 speed. So if you're facing a GL Rey or a GL Kylo, in theory, you should be able to outspeed because it's going to be 40, because he himself is a Sith ally, is going to have plus 40 speed. Whenever deceived or linked enemy uses an ability, Sith Eternal Emperor gains mastery until the end of the encounter, and other Sith allies gain half the amount. Whenever a linked enemy uses an ability, Sith Eternal Emperor gains 8% ultimate charge, so you want them linked. Oh, okay. So when you use this, target enemy becomes linked whenever he uses an ability. If this is a fast character, even imagine a GL, right? And you give link to a GL. That just stacks up the ultimate by so much, by 8%. Compared to the 2% from an ability being used whenever from the basic, I'd assume. Whenever a Sith ally is defeated, dispel all debuffs on other Sith allies, and they recover 100% health and protection. Wow, Sith allies can't be revived, which doesn't really matter, and they ignore defense when targeting a Jedi enemy. Well, so far there's nothing against Darth Rev and Darth Malak. This is wild for now, as it should be. Unique 1, Saw Discord. Sith Eternal Emperor is immune to taunt effects and turn meter reduction, so he's, besides the fact he can't be targeted, he can't be marked or anything like that. Deceived enemies can't counterattack, and deceived Rebel and Jedi enemies can't gain bonus turn meter, which is good against Jedi Knight Luke, for example. At the start of Sith Eternal Emperor's turn, if no enemies are deceived, the weakest light side enemy becomes deceived for 2 turns. So your first turn from your Sith Eternal Emperor is immediately going to apply Deceived. Whenever Deceived enemy uses an ability, their weakest ally without Deceived becomes Deceived. So this is like Extortion. Whenever Deceived enemy uses an ability, their weakest ally without Deceived becomes Deceived. Exactly like, kind of like Extortion. For the max duration, Sith Eternal Emperor could inflict on them once per turn. So it could be 2 for a normal character, 3 if it's a Jedi, or Rebel, I think. Might be just Jedi. And Sith Eternal Emperor recovers 2% protection, so a little bit of protection recovery there. At the start of each linked enemy's turn, linked enemies lose 20% max protection, quadrupled for Jedi, and Sith Eternal Emperor gains 25% of the amount lost. Wow. Well, there's no Jedi counters to this, I'd assume, unless they really buff themselves a lot with Jedi Master Luke. That's the only Jedi that's gonna work in here. Of course he will, but I mean, it's not supposed to use Jedi Knight Revan, Gas, JKL team on this. That's really gonna not work. However, Darth Revan on this, I'm curious. Linked raid bosses instead gain exposed for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. Okay, so they're still thinking of raids. I'm kind of curious how this character is gonna do. Yevgeny has some protection recovery and whatnot, but I wonder if he has enough DPS to pull it off and enough stacking DPS, because he gets a lot of mastery. He gets a lot of mastery from his leadership item. Let's see. So linked enemies can't critically hit. Gas can't increase cooldowns. And the damage they deal is decreased by 25%, excludes Galactic Legends. Galactic Legends will be able to do their normal amounts of damage. Galactic Legends Zeta can't be stunned, gets a max health, max protection, and the damage received is decreased by 30%. Okay, so nothing new, and immune to stun effects, which Kylo has. I am the Sith, must charge to 100% before using. Final attack, Sith Eternal Emperor gains 2% ultimate charge whenever deceived enemy uses. Wait, what? Oh, this is the. Wait, oh, second kit. Second kill kind of thing. Sith Eternal Emperor gains 2% ultimate charge whenever deceived enemy uses an ability that is on the basic. If Sith Eternal Emperor is the leader. Wait, so there is a reiteration because this was on the basic, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. So I wonder if this is only on the ultimate or if it's on the basic. I'd assume it's on the ultimate because the basic wouldn't make sense being there. If Sith Eternal Emperor is the leader, he also gain. Okay, that was okay. This was previously stated points then. Sith Eternal Emperor gains mastery equal to his current mastery, so doubles it, until the end of battle, will stack. If you use 2 ultimates, it stacks even more. Until the end of battle, transforms into Sith Eternal Emperor restored. If he's the leader, all their dark side allies gain mastery equal to their current mastery, so they're doubled again. Remove Deceived from all deceived enemies and inflict Deceive until the end of the encounter on these enemies, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. When Sith Eternal Emperor transforms, he loses the abilities Deception and So Be It, Jedi, and gain 2 new abilities. So basic, Revitalized Shock. Deals special damage and inflicts shock for 2 turns, which can't be copied or dispelled. This attack deals more damage to deceived light side enemies. If the target was already deceived, reduces the cooldown of power and limited power by 1 for each deceived enemy, which is instantly defeat linked enemies and deal special damage to all enemies. Then dispel all buffs on deceived enemies and deal special damage to them. So you're gonna kill everybody that's linked, and then you're gonna do even more damage. Enemies defeated by this ability can't be revived. This attack can't be evaded. Wow. This is very strong. I'm curious on how these guys are gonna do versus SLK and Rey. And when they say that Rey, this is Galactic Legends Rey and Galactic Legends Kylo, I'm curious to see how those will perform against Palpatine. Let's go over to Jedi Master Luke Skywalker then. This is Developer Insights. Let's go over to Kit Reveal. This is this is probably the only good thing that we're gonna get out of me, because Developer Insights are what they say there. You can read it by yourself, but this is my first take on the Kit Reveals. So let's see, basic. Oh, it does have the hood on. That looks kind of cool. Looks like another version of a Jedi Knight Revan. Inflict buff immunity on target enemy for 2 turns and deal special damage to them. Luke gains 2% max health until the encounter. This attack will critically hit if able and can't be countered. I'm seeing an interesting thing here, which is increased max health, but we see that the quadrupled effect on the Jedi, which was let me see, quadrupled, is protection. So we're gonna see Jedi. So we're gonna see the protection being reduced because this is to prevent a JKL counter. But we're gonna have an health boost maybe with the Luke. Okay. This attack will critically hit if able and can't be countered. Okay, so it can't be countered, so that's good for him. Wow, resistance heroes. He does not have a resistance stack, just Jedi. Okay. Interesting though. I guess this is for the event. They grow beyond. Inflict tenacity down on target enemy for 2 turns, then daze them for 2 turns, increase their cooldowns by 1. So this is their first special. This is cooldown of 4. Raid bosses inflict tenacity down on target enemy for 2 turns and inflict 3 expose for 2 turns on them. So it's a tripled expose, I guess. Call target other light side ally to assist, then grant them and Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. So you don't target. Oh, okay. You target Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Okay. Advantage and critical damage up. That if target other ally is a Jedi, that ally gains Jedi lessons for 3 turns. Jedi lessons plus 20% mastery per stack. Wow. Per stack. So if you have a relic 7, this just skyrockets. If they already had Jedi lessons, the duration of all current stacks on them resets to 3 turns, so they can't go back. This ability. So I'm unsure about the damage that this does, but dazing is good. Increasing cooldowns is strong as well. And advantage and critical damage up is. This is not happening. There's not much happening in the special as we've seen with Sith Eternal Emperor, but let's see. Efflux. Deal special damage to all enemies. Then remove 10% thermometer from them. This is interesting against SLKR as he becomes thicker as this happens. And inflict ability block and breach. Our Houndstooth debuff. Interesting. Deal 10% more damage and remove an additional 5% turn meter for each ally with Jedi Lessons or Jedi Legacy. Deal 10% more damage and remove an additional 5% turn meter for each ally with Jedi Lessons or Jedi Legacy. So this is a lot of this reminds a little bit of JTR's Mind Trick, but with damage on it. On an AoE. All Jedis do gain turn meters, so this starts to build in a TM train. Okay, unique 1. Did you get to leadership? Oh, okay. Unique one, Jedi Legacy. Jedi allies may gain Jedi lessons. The first time, so lesson was this, Jedi lessons. Okay. The first time each other light-sided ally falls below 100% health, they recover health and protection, doubled for Jedi allies. At the start of battle, so there again, health stuff going on, and protection is not as much as we could see because Sith Eternal Emperor is gonna quadruple his effects on that.
What can I say?
At the start of battle, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker gains Jedi Legacy until the end of battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Jedi Legacy plus 100% mastery and ignores taunt during their turn. Can't gain Jedi lessons because they already got so much mastery out of this, and the other one was a maximum of 60% mastery per stack. This one is a maximum of 100% per stack. And ignoring taunt means that they can go after whoever they want, unless they're stealth or anything like that. So that's good if you want to, for example, focus down on a particular enemy. Of course, if you have Deceived from Sith Eternal Emperor, you can target him, but if they have a taunt, like on an SLKR team, you can target Super Leader Kylo Ren, which is super useful. This unit takes reduced damage from percent. Okay, so Galactic Legend unique. Okay, so far I'm still not super impressed with the kit, but this is where big stuff seems to happen as well as Ultimate. All light side allies have plus 10% max health and protection, doubled for Jedi allies. All Jedi allies have plus 30% offense and plus 40 speed. So the speed bonus is only given to Jedi. You're just supposed to use this guy with Jedi, as in Sith Eternal Emperor still gave stuff to Dark Side. This is pretty much only Jedi right now. If all allies are Jedi, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker taunts while he has protection. Okay. The first time each other Jedi ally falls below 100% health, they dispel all debuffs on themselves and gain critical hit immunity, defense up, and tenacity up for 2 turns. Okay, and gain. So the first time each other Jedi, they dispel all debuffs on themselves and gain all of this. Okay, tenacity up. Then this Luke will taunt. Okay, so it will cleanse everything when one Jedi falls below 100% health the first time each, and then he will taunt. I'm assuming this guy's gonna have a ridiculous health pool, and he's gonna taunt whenever he has protection as well. At the start of battle, Jedi allies gain the granted ability Inherited Teachings. Inherited Teachings gain Jedi lessons for 3 turns and call target other light side ally to assist. So this is special ability. Dealing 90% less damage. Then they deal true damage to the target enemy based on 60% of Jedi Master Luke Skywalker's base max protection. So you can mod him for... Okay, so I thought you were going to mod him for health, but you can mod him for protection in a way where this ability is actually going to make him do a lot of damage. And the fact that he's also going to taunt more often. And this is just a bonus that will keep him alive in there and keep the other team cleansed. If that ally is a Jedi, they gain Jedi lessons for 3 turns and 15% turn meters. So again, TM train going in. Recover protection equal to 5% of Luke's base max protection, which is going to be massive, and reduce the cooldown of their Inherited Teachings by 1. So this is going to do a lot of damage. True damage is very strong. It doesn't critically hit, but it's super strong. And they're gonna get turn meter. And alright, let's see the ultimate. Jedi Master Luke Skywalker gains 8% ultimate charge whenever Jedi ally gains Jedi lessons or during duration of all their current stacks of Jedi lessons is reset. Jedi Master Luke Skywalker transforms into Jedi Master Luke Skywalker Heroic and dispels all Jedi lessons from all Jedi allies, dispels all debuffs on all Jedi allies, and resets the cooldown of their special abilities, which is really strong. All Jedi allies gain critical chance up with critical damage up for 2 turns and gain Jedi Legacy for 35% offense till the end of battle. When Luke transforms, the max cooldown for They Grow Beyond and Efflux is reduced by 2. So what these ultimates look like is that they're not attacks as in Rey and Kylo's, they're stances in the way that once they change into this ultimate stage, they're just gonna be like that until the end of it, right? So they're just gonna be this ultimate form. When they attain it, they're gonna stay this way. So every time, for example, a guy like Palpatine is gonna inflict Link, since he's already in his special ability, you're gonna try to reduce the cooldown so you can instantly defeat those enemies. Interesting. So the one big thing, so GL Luke doesn't have as much, okay, I'm going to do this much damage, I'm going to do this. The impressive thing about Luke is he's going to have probably a huge protection platform in which is going to be actually reduced significantly by Sith Eternal Emperor. So that's going to be an interesting matchup as well. So that is going to happen. But the other curious thing is that he's going to give a lot of mastery per stack, and I'm curious on how much this actually does. Now, their ultimate stances can be really used. Maybe they can actually perform really well in the HSTR as well. And this does not have stacking mastery or stacking damage that goes up and up and up the more you use it, like Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, but it does look pretty good. They have a lot of survivability, and Luke has a lot of protection. He's gonna have a lot of protection. He's gonna be taunting all the time. He's gonna be dispelling debuffs from the other teams very often from the other characters as soon as they drop health. So for their full protection pool. So if you're targeting Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, he's gonna get cleansed, and this guy will be taunting again, even if he had, even if he lost all of the protection pool. This guy's probably gonna be very difficult to kill, and he's gonna keep the rest of the team very alive as well. These Galactic Legends are very strong, and I'm very eager to see how they perform in the metagame. Finally had their kit reveals, and looks like they're gonna be released tomorrow, so if you are to unlock one of them, have a good time with it. It should be very fun. The events look pretty good by what was released in the Galactic War report that we also covered in a past video. In other case scenario, we have to wait, see how these Galactic Legends are going to perform without their ultimates, and then see how they perform with their ultimates, and then we can compare the 4GL, see where the stances are, and see what's going to happen afterwards. If this GL is going to be more of a timeout, they're going to be more of timeout machines. Are they going to be super strong as the battle goes on? Are they able to beat the HSTR and give you the rewards that Supreme Leader Kylo Ren gives, which makes Supreme Leader Kylo Ren even less of a premium staple character because of that extra plus that he gives. And of course the matchups in Arena. Do they just farm the current Galactic Legends, or is it just like, oh, okay, it's actually balanced? We'll have to wait and see. These kits are super strong. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Rey's were as well, so we'll have to see how they all combine. That being said, have a good one, and we'll see each other in the next video.